The siren's wail sliced through the tense silence. Red lights bathed the briefing room in an ominous glow. 4 astronauts, hand-picked for their expertise, stood rigidly before a holographic projection of Earth. Their mission: investigate anomalies detected at 4 remote space stations orbiting distant planets. "This is no ordinary mission," the director's voice boomed, his image flickering. "We're counting on you. Good luck, Godspeed." Each astronaut embarked on their solitary journeys. Dr. Lena Sharma, renowned astrophysicist, journeyed to Kepler 186f Commander Mark Jenkins, veteran pilot, set course for Proxima Centauri b. Dr. Kenji Tanaka, expert engineer, descended towards TRAPPIST-1e. Dr. Anya Volkov, xenobiologist, ventured towards the uncharted Gliese 667cc. Each arrival was met with an eerie silence, the stations seemingly deserted, their cold metallic interiors amplifying the isolation. As the astronauts began their investigations, strange occurrences began to unfold. It started with minor anomalies, things that could be easily dismissed. But soon, the events became more frequent and harder to ignore. Lena, while conducting routine checks on Kepler 186f's main computer, stumbled upon a hidden message that sent chills down her spine. The message read, "Trust no one." It was as if someone or something was trying to warn them. Meanwhile, on Proxima b, Mark was exploring the mess hall when he noticed something unusual on a dusty wall. Upon closer inspection, he found a message scrawled in a hurried hand. "They are watching." The implications were terrifying. On TRAPPIST-1e, Kenji was monitoring communications when he received a garbled transmission through his headset. The distorted voice whispered, "Beware the shadows." It was unclear who or what the message was referring to, but the warning was unmistakable. Anya, during her exploration of Gliese 667cc, came across a datapad that seemed out of place. When she activated it, a single chilling sentence appeared on the screen. "This is a test." The ambiguity of the message only added to the growing sense of dread. With each discovery, fear and suspicion began to take root among the crew. The once tight-knit team now eyed each other with distrust, unsure of who or what to believe. The cryptic messages had sown seeds of paranoia, and the astronauts knew that their mission had taken a dark and dangerous turn. The unsettling events escalated. Lena found Kepler 186f's logbooks filled with gaps and inconsistencies. Mark encountered doors sealing and unlocking on their own within Proxima b's corridors. Kenji witnessed flickering lights and heard whispers on TRAPPIST-1e, though the station registered as empty. Anya discovered strange organic matter growing within Gliese 667cc's ventilation system, pulsating with an eerie green light. The astronauts were alone, yet they were not alone. Fear gnawed at their sanity. Was this a test of their resolve, a cruel joke, or something far more sinister? The isolation chipped away at their composure. Lena, convinced of a saboteur, became withdrawn. Mark, ever the stoic leader, started questioning his own perceptions. Kenji, pragmatic and logical, struggled to find a rational explanation. Anya, driven by scientific curiosity, felt both terrified and strangely exhilarated. Trust, once an unbreakable bond, began to fray. The strange occurrences became more frequent, more intense. What started as fleeting glimpses and faint whispers soon escalated into full-blown encounters that left the crew members questioning their sanity. Lena on Kepler 186f saw a shadowy figure vanish around a corner. She could have sworn it was watching her, its presence lingering even after it disappeared. Mark, aboard Proxima b, heard his name whispered, the voice chillingly familiar. It echoed through the empty corridors, sending shivers down his spine. He tried to rationalize it, but the voice was unmistakable. Kenji witnessed tools moving on their own on Trappist 1E, as if manipulated by an unseen hand. He watched in disbelief as wrenches and screwdrivers floated, defying gravity and logic. Anya, exploring Gleaser 667cc, felt something brush past her, a cold, ethereal touch. It was as if an invisible entity had reached out, making her skin crawl with an icy sensation. Were these hallucinations, the product of isolation and fear? The crew members began to doubt their own minds, wondering if the vast emptiness of space was playing tricks on them. Or were they manifestations of something truly unknowable? The mysteries of the cosmos are endless, and perhaps, just perhaps, these experiences were glimpses into a reality beyond human comprehension. A sense of urgency gripped them. The room was filled with a palpable tension, each individual acutely aware of the ticking clock. Every second that passed seemed to echo louder in their minds, amplifying the pressure they felt. A synchronized countdown appeared on every monitor across the 4 stations, ticking down from 24 hours. Panic set in. The digital numbers glowed ominously, casting a cold light on the anxious faces. Each station was a hub of frantic activity, as everyone tried to decipher the meaning behind the countdown. What happened when the clock reached 0? The question lingered in the air, unspoken but ever present. The unknown consequences loomed over them like a dark cloud, adding to the already overwhelming sense of dread. Were they meant to escape? The escape hatches and emergency exits seemed to offer a glimmer of hope, but also raised more questions. Was fleeing the right choice, or was it a trap? The uncertainty gnawed at them. Or was this some terrible deadline? The circled date on the calendar hinted at a significant event, but its true nature remained a mystery. The countdown clock continued its relentless march, each tick a reminder of the limited time they had left. The cryptic messages took on a new meaning, a desperate plea for help, hidden within layers of complexity. Deciphering these messages became a race against time in itself, as they sought to understand the true nature of the threat they faced. A warning of impending doom. The red flashing lights and ominous signs only served to heighten their sense of urgency. The foreboding atmosphere weighed heavily on their minds, pushing them to act quickly. The astronauts, isolated yet connected by the countdown, felt the weight of their mission more than ever. Each one knew that their actions in the coming hours could determine the fate of everyone on board, were forced to confront their fears. The confined space amplified their anxiety, but also brought them closer together. In the face of such overwhelming odds, they found strength in their unity, determined to overcome the challenges ahead. As the countdown approached its final hour, the truth began to unravel. Each astronaut, piecing together clues from their respective stations, discovered a terrifying connection. The anomalies, the messages, the countdown, it was all part of a single, coordinated event. They weren't just being tested individually, they were being manipulated, herded towards an unknown purpose. A chilling realization dawned. Their ordeal was far from over. With minutes remaining, a distorted voice boomed across all 4 stations, its tone laced with amusement and menace.
"Congratulations," it echoed. "You have passed the first test. Now the real game begins."
The countdown reached 0. Darkness engulfed the stations. The astronauts' fates hung precariously in the balance, their trust shattered, their resolve tested, their very survival uncertain. Only one question remained. What awaited them on the other side of the darkness?